Alright YouTube, what is going on? It's HighTier5000 here. Today bringing you episode number 41 of my Road to Max series. Today we're going to be starting off by doing some invention. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going ahead and disassembling my Crystal Halberd. Now as you can see here, it is level 5. Right now I can get 108,000 XP for it. Basically, I need to get myself to level 27 invention so I can level a weapon all the way up to level 10, which would be much more ideal because in turn I get much more XP. However, to get these next two levels which I need, I can either go ahead and disassemble items like magic stocks, which would cost a large amount of money, or I'm best just going ahead and basically just disassembling this. So this is what I'm going to do. That there actually gets me all the way up to level 29, which is a bit of an added bonus. 4 levels, which is quite a lot at this stage. However, it's not really going to be too consistently like that going forward, unfortunately. And as you can see there, that has me unlocked the ability to train an augmented weapon up to level 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the invention theme. I'm going to go ahead and train up this Sardamonin sword, which is lying around in my bank. I think I've got Dust Devils next, which is a decent task, which should help me level up this weapon quite nicely. I've also got a Slayer daily, which will get me an additional 10 or so K Slayer XP, which is an extra added bonus. So that's me not too far off the task now. Just to say I got a Constitution level was AFK because it's a really easy task and I just landed up getting the level. I've already completed the daily and it won't be long until I've completed the task as well. So it is now time for double XP weekend. Not too good preparations, to be honest. Over the past few days, not had a lot of time to play. I have done 1 or 2 additional Slayer tasks though. It means I'm only about 6k away from my level, which I'll get this weekend. However, if you remember back to last episode, we bought loads and loads of Herblore supplies to go ahead and get us 99, if not higher, in Herblore. I've also got some smithing supplies in the bank, which I'm going to go ahead and use after I've managed to get this runecrafting level. As you can see, my runecrafting is at 95 right now. I've completed a daily, so in a minute I'm going to head back to the Elf City, redeem that and get level. Then I might continue on with this a wee bit, though I realise that I need to focus on the expensive skills first and be the most efficient I can be. Usually on double XP weekends I'd be much further along by now. I'd usually have hit one of my main aims. Unfortunately I was in uni for the past 4 hours doing some coursework and that meant that I could only really AFK. Now AFK and runecrafting on double XP weekend isn't actually the worst thing in the world because it is incredibly slow. This and divination, which I'll probably pop to at times during this weekend, basically just to allow me to go ahead and get other stuff done. Now, after this, I'm going to go ahead and get 99 Herblore. I reckon that'll take me about 3 hours, however it might take me a bit longer. Then I'll be able to have some supplies left over. Then I have enough supplies to get me at least up to 97 smithing. From there though, I don't know if I actually want to get 97 smithing, and second of all, it really depends on how much money I have, and it really depends on how much the adamant bars are going for, because everything is all of a sudden fluctuating. A lot of stuff is in demand, a lot of stuff is out of demand, so prices are skyrocketing and crashing. Rounding up on runecrafting though, getting 96 runecrafting is an amazing achievement, and I can see this after Herblore possibly being my next 99, just because it's one of the few AFK skills I have left. It will be definitely my go-to skill now, and as it is my go-to skill, over the next month or so I reckon I'll see it getting very close to 99, if not me achieving 99. There we go, there is the level. Thank God for runecrafting dailies, because it does make runecrafting so much more tolerable, and especially at this stage when it is under 100k per hour. I realise that I could go ahead and do the abyss, but for me ideally it's better me doing runespan. When I've got over 1 million XP to get in this next level, it's going to take a very long time, 10 hours plus to get this next level, and then from there it's just going to get even worse. Anyway, moving back over to Herblore, which is much more enjoyable, and it's also so much faster as well. Herblore usually is extremely fast, however on double XP weekend, when you're creating overloads you're getting 2k, that's over 2k per potion. You do that, I mean you can basically do 4 of them per inventory, you can do an inventory in like 12 seconds, you're looking at 40k per minute, which is absolutely mad. Right now, that is level 97. I'm currently, as you see in the background, I'm in the process of making about 400 of each extreme. For an overload, which I'm aiming to make, you need an extreme range, magic, attack, strength and defense potion, along with a clean Torstall. So basically I have to go ahead and make all them extremes, because you can't buy extremes I basically do that when mixing an ingredient with the super potion equivalent, and that's really what I'm doing right now. They're alone getting about 500 XP roughly each. Then if I go ahead and do all 400 of them for each different kind of potion, then create the overload, basically I'm going to be level 98 at least, and I'll probably maybe have to do about another 100 or 200 sort of extremes, and then I should be able to sell back all the stuff that I've not used for a fair amount of money. Unfortunately, I can't actually sell anything that I create like overloads. That is a loss. However, I think it's actually a really gain because I've got, or I will have about 1,200 overloads once I'm done this, and that'll definitely be used for combat in the future when I start to get into Slayer much more aggressively and maybe even doing some bossing. So if we go ahead and fast forward about an hour, as you can see I'm just about to get level 98 Herblore. So we're getting very close now, we're down to about 1.25 mil. I should be able to get this within the next hour and a half. Not being too click intensive actually, I could be getting it much faster. However, I'm watching something on Netflix because Herblore, though it is quite fast, it's not too entertaining to be honest. However, it's much more entertaining than some other skills. Anyway, there we go, there is the level. Unfortunately, I'm starting to run out of extremes. That means that I'm going to have to go ahead and make more. Basically, for the last two levels, as you know, I made about 400. I've seen that, I've actually still got about 100 of each left. But once they've run out, what I'm going to do is make about 100 of each extreme, then make them to overloads, and go back to 100 then. So it means that I'm the most efficient and I don't have many extremes left over because I want to try and sell back as much as I can. So it's actually been about 3 hours since the last clip went off and ate. Basically just continuing to make some extremes. This is me making my last set of extremes to create some overloads so I can get 99. As you can see, we're only 5k away, so next inventory I do will be overloads. Finally, it's just absolutely amazing to get 99 Herblore. Herblore is one of these skills which is very expensive, however it's one of the most beneficial skills in the game, I feel, along with prayer. It just brings so many benefits and it makes combat especially so much, and I mean so much, easier. If I could maybe do things all over again, I would actually go ahead and maybe make Herblore one of my earlier 99s, because originally like cooking was my first 99. Cooking, there's no benefit of having 99 cooking at all, so that's why I thought, you know, Herblore would have been better if we got it at the earlier stages. It maybe would have meant that my combat skills would have been higher. However, I can't actually complain too much because it means now that I do have some shit skills to do, for example, like divination, runecraft and construction. However, I've still got a lot of good skills left, all the combat skills. So that's a positive thing, because a lot of people tend to get the combat skills and then sort of have to deal with all the shite skills, whereas I've done quite a few of the shite skills already. Anyway, so here goes. Here is my 10th 99. Really looking forward to this one because the cape is absolutely epic. So let's go ahead and create myself some overloads. I've got 1,300 overloads to use, which is going to be a lot. And I mean, I'm going to be able to do so much. That's so much combat with that. And I won't have to do any Herblore for a long time. But there we go. There is level 99. I'm not at all sure where you get the cape. I'm pretty sure it's in Taverley from someone. Maybe at the Druid Circle, actually, if I can remember correctly. I'll go ahead and I'll go and buy 2 of them, like I usually do, to put at the top of my bank. I can see myself wearing the Herblore one probably the most, actually, just because I really do like the green and yellow, but we'll talk about that more when I actually get the cape. So before I head and I actually go ahead and get my cape, I thought I'd come and do my Serenity post, just because they're very valuable to do on double XP weekend. Obviously agility is so slow as well, and this video seems to be a lot of me complaining actually. But I've got bonus XP, that stacks with double XP, so I'm basically getting triple the XP that I usually would. So I'm getting 60k for doing this today, and as you know, I've got very close to level 93 agility, and there we go, there it is. Again, just slowly training. Now it's getting to the stage now where, as you can see, it's over at 750k basically to the next level. So it's getting to that stage where it's going to be maybe a week or 2 apart between agility levels. But I'm consistently doing this every day. I should really be doing much more dailies every single day, if you know what I mean. Really need to get back doing sinkholes because that would be very beneficial. Guthanix's catch is probably the biggest one as well, which I need to get back and doing because I'm training agility this way and it's nice and easy. I might as well just help myself out with dungeoneering and divination as well. So that's me now at the Druid Circle. I'm going to go ahead and buy the cape now. There's actually a penguin over there. God, penguin points used to be so beneficial when I was at lower levels, honestly. They used to help me get through like up to that 75 mining, them like really nitty gritty stuff when you're like halfway through a skill and it's getting really difficult. That really helped. Anyway, let's go ahead and buy 2 of these capes like I usually do and then perform the emote. Can't remember the emote for Herblore, to be honest. I'm just excited for the colour scheme. And by the power of editing, this is us fast forward to the emote. So I don't think this emote is actually too good if I can remember correctly. It doesn't seem that exciting. Again though, emotes in this day and age aren't that exciting anyway. I really don't find that customization stuff too interesting. Anyway, moving on. So 1099s we have now. Really don't know what to do next. Suggest what I should go ahead and do next. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try train all my skills up to level 90 and maybe do some of the slower skills like divination for a bit. And only 20 minutes later, there we go, there is level 96 smithing. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to do adamant plate bodies all the way to 99. Basically, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I for some reason just went ahead and bought 10k adamant bars. My aim over this weekend is to get through them all. However, I'm not going to buy any additional because I know adamant bars have gone up a bit. Adamant plate bodies are just so low right now. You always make a loss with smithing. Smithing, I don't think there's anything that is profitable until you get to level 99. Bar cannonballs, but cannonballs are so slow, it's not really worth it. Good money making scheme back in the day, but definitely not in this day and age. It's just a loss, to be honest. I could go ahead and maybe do Artisan's Workshop, but again, that's going to be incredibly slow. So, best thing is doing adamant plate bodies, but it's still a ridiculous loss, and something that, again, 99 smithing is not something that is very beneficial, going back to all this drive. Thing is, a lot of skills aren't beneficial. I was wanting to get 99 Herblore because it is beneficial. I can make some mixture of potions between overloads, prayer renewals and prayer potions. That potion is going to be so overpowered when I unlock it. However, with smithing, I can make a rune plate body which I'll never wear. So if you get what I mean, it's not too beneficial. So I think what I'll do is I'll try get through all this. I've used all my protein bars as well. Once I get through this 10k adamant bars, I'm probably just going to stop. So I got bored of smithing very quickly, so I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and go to the Abyss and train up some defense and magic, and I'm already very close to defense level. I was about 100k away. I've been here for literally 20 minutes and that's me about to get level. That's how fast the XP is. The only big problem seems to be is that all the worlds seem very, very full, and that's a bit of a problem. As you can see here, just 3 people in this corner where there should only ever really be, I suppose you could fit 2 in this corner and 1 person over the other corner. There should only really ever be 3 people in the Abyss at once per world, but every world is just hoaching. Right now, as you can see, I'm actually leveling up this weapon. I'm using a polypore staff, and I'm using, I think, the earth barrage or something, because I'm only level 88. I don't have fire or the water one, or it's ice barrage actually. I don't know why I'm saying water. I'm also using my Charming Imp as well, so I'm getting a fair amount of charms. The charms aren't going to be too good, to be honest, but I mean, only being here for a short amount of time, I've already got a fair amount. Greens, I know, as I said, aren't too beneficial, but you do get a decent amount of crimsons anyway, and gold I just scrapped to XP. I'm thinking about doing that with green charms, just going ahead and converting them straight to XP. Tell me your thoughts on that. Should I do that or should I not? Anyway, in all that, we landed up getting another defense level. My aim right now is to just train defense with magic, because someone left a comment saying that it's better to do that, and then when I'm actually training melee, I should go ahead and train up attack. And my strength is obviously much higher than the other skills, so I'm not going to bother training strength. Back before EOC, it was very beneficial if you had a higher strength level, whereas now it's back to sort of equal. The good thing is about if you had a higher strength back in the day, you could hit much higher, whereas now it's been a lot more nerfed and balanced since EOC came out. And as you know, I've not done combat too much since EOC came out at all. Anywho, with that defense level out the way, that's sort of going to wrap up today's activities, unfortunately. Tomorrow I've got quite a big day. Got the YouTube Creator Day in Edinburgh, which is basically going to give me a lot of interesting stuff about how to grow my channel, X, Y and Z, YouTube orientated stuff. That actually goes on from like 9 AM to 7 o'clock at night. That should be very, very interesting. Then I'm probably going to come in and I'm actually going to play a wee bit of RuneScape. However, it's going to be a lot of AFK and stuff, because I know I'm going to be going ahead and applying a lot of the YouTube stuff straight away, because I know I'll learn a lot of beneficial stuff tomorrow as well. Then Sunday I've got an ice hockey game, so it means I'm not going to get too much training done this weekend, and when I am going to be training, it's going to be AFK skills. It's probably going to be quite a bit of divination. I'd like to get a divination 11, and I know I originally said earlier on that I wasn't going to train runecrafting, but I probably am going to end up training runecrafting. Still want to use all my proteins up, and I want to continue at the Abyss as well, so that's probably where I'm going to be at. My question for you is, how are you doing this weekend so far? This is basically all from Friday here. I think maybe the clip, or 1 or 2 clips at the start, was just before Double XP weekend actually. But how are you doing this weekend? Have your preparations gone well? Has your plan gone well? Going into this, my aim was to get 99 Herblore, and that's that's what I've achieved so far. Anything from now on is a real added bonus. I know I could be much more efficient with this double XP weekend. It just unfortunately comes at a very unfortunate weekend, because like say for example next weekend I'm totally free. Anyway, that's going to be all for this video, so go ahead and drop a like rating. If you've not subscribed, then go ahead and do so. There'll be a quest guide out in the next few days, and that's all for this video. So my name is Hightower 5000 and I'm out. Adios.